Welcome to Bastard Quest. I'm the Game Bastard Kyle.
I'm Todd.
Corey.
I'm Austin.
We are continuing to play Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th Edition from Cubicle 7 today. If you're just joining us, this would actually be a good place to start listening, because this is the start of a new adventure with these characters. However, if you want to know what they've done previously, go back a couple episodes. You can even listen to our Session 0, where we make characters of Warhammer Fantasy, if you so choose. Austin, who are you playing in today's adventure in the rollicking world of Warhammer?
I am the rollicking witch hunter, Harlow Finn.
Yes, known for his gregariousness and sense of humor.
Yes, absolutely. I am, as always, the funniest character.
I've always said that. Corey, who are you playing?
Brenda.
Okay. All right.
Hello. But it's a pleasure.
Good to see
Yeah.
you.
I am playing Stevie Dorr, the Stevedore.
Yeah, he is a stevedore traveling with a witch hunter. Corey
Works on a boat.
Corey's character Brenda was a witch, but she is not anymore.
Oh, yeah. It's now Brenda, the decent wizard's apprentice.
Yeah. So previously we had talked about Corey is going to be trained by a wizard because he was a witch, or she was a witch. His character was a witch.
Yeah, with good intentions, though.
Sure.
Yeah.
She wasn't a bad person. She was just practicing magic without a license.
Now she's practicing magic with Nicolas Cage.
What?
Isn't that a movie he's in? Wizard's Apprentice?
Or Sorcerer's
Are you talking about
Apprentice.
Oh, shit.
practical magic?
I fucked up the joke.
I too, my head too went to practical magic. I don't know why.
Well, another good one from Austin.
Yeah.
I can honestly see there being like a young adult novel series called Brenda, the Decent Wizard's Apprentice.
Yeah.
I want to make one called Brenda, the Decent Wizard's Apprentice to Nicolas Cage.
Maybe we should change the name of this because none of us can fucking say it.
That's fair.
It is a mouthful.
Yeah, it's a lot. Nicolas Cage.
I still can't pronounce it.
She can read and write now.
She's moved up in the world.
Yeah, she got changing careers. She got some new skills, some new spells.
Yeah.
She can see magic now. She can read and write, like I said. So you have to choose a color of magic.
Yes. So in the Warhammer fantasy world, magic is essentially a power source that's blowing out of the chaos gates at the North Pole. That's literally how magic enters the world of Warhammer.
Well, that's our world, too.
Yes, also our world. That's where Santa lives.
Yeah.
Santa at the gates of chaos.
And the Wizards of the Empire divide it into 8 types, 8 winds of magic, if you will. And we're not going to get into all of them, but Corey, you picked one.
Amber. The amber wind of magic.
Yep.
Number 311.
Yeah. And that is lore of beast. Grr.
Yeah.
The name of the wind is Grr, I think you said.
Yes. Grr.
Yeah, because she's already, she's tight with animals. We've already established this with her beaver brigade.
Yeah. That was just the first step on her path of Grr.
Right. And she got to choose a couple spells she can channel, one of which is beast form, which, guess what that does?
I'm guessing beast form, you get, some of the new lemonade from Panera, and you go nuts?
You die.
Oh, well, die, sure.
Right. And sticking with the Tom Petty theme, I've renamed that one Learning to Fly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the other one is Amber Spear. She can manifest Grr and shoot it at somebody.
Yeah, it's
Just
a magic
Grr
missile.
spear.
It's a big bolt of energy.
Yeah, I've renamed that one Damn the Torpedoes.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Damn the torpedoes. Full Grr ahead. So your characters had been traveling on the river to the city of Ubersreich in Reichland. Harlow, the witch hunter, was traveling to meet the witch hunter general Ramirez. And Brenda, who was at the time a decent witch, was going to study under the wizard Habmeyer. Stevie worked on the boat.
Yep, with his dad.
With his dad, Matador. Hey!
Hello, Matthew.
Hey, guys!
Hello.
Well, I don't know what y'all are doing, but get off my boat! And you've arrived in Ubersreich.
Yay.
Okay.
You go your separate ways.
Before they get off the boat,
Sure.
Stevie looks at Miss Brenda and says, Miss Brenda, you ever need boat, please call Stevie. Here, my card. And he hands her a piece of ham in a square.
Brenda eats it.
Yeah, as you are supposed to do.
Yeah.
The town of Ubersreich is a walled town full of industry and the houses of men. It's an imperial town. Though it's at the base of the mount of the, I think the Gray Mountains are the name of the mountains, rising up to the south. Many dwarves live there. You go your separate ways for now, which we will engage with the Endeavor rules in Warhammer Fantasy. And what this is for is in between adventures, your characters can undertake different endeavors. And these are essentially downtime activities that you can do to advance your character or just do cool stuff. These are in addition to whatever you're doing in kind of the background. Obviously, Austin's character Harlow is doing witch hunter stuff. Brenda is learning to be a wizard, and Stevie is moving boxes.
Yes. Stevie's looking at the houses in Ubersreich and has a gem of an idea. What if boat also house?
Wow.
The future's a bright place for Steve.
Yeah.
There's a flurry of saws and lumber.
As Stevie creates the first bouse.
I mean, it goes through some iterations, and years later we'll have a different name, but that's what he starts with.
Yeah.
House. Yes.
It eventually becomes Bondominiums.
Shrailer. That one didn't work well.
Bubble wide.
Buy scrapers.
A hot,
What?
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 like a house and a yacht.
Golly.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Well, we're here.
Anyway, so here are some general endeavors that you can do. There is animal training.
Dibs.
You essentially train an animal companion.
Okay. That gets to come with us?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there you can do some banking.
Oh,
Yeah. Stevie's out.
thrilling.
You can change your careers, which Corey is sort of doing, but
Yeah. Training.
you can commission some art or something, or like if you want somebody to make you a special kind of sword or item of some kind. Consult an expert. That's generally if you had questions from your last adventure about some artifact or area or mystery, you could consult a sage. Crafting, you can make stuff. Income, you could just work and make money. Invent, you can invent things. That's probably what Steve's going to do. Training, you can train unusual learning, like that. I think that's how you learn things that are outside of your class. And then there are specific class endeavors. If you're a ranger or a warrior, which I think Austin's character
You're
is
a ranger, right?
Yeah, ranger, witch hunter.
Yeah, there's combat training. If you're a burgher or a peasant, you can foment dissent against the
Golly.
state, I guess.
The proletariat.
If you're a ranger or a river folk, you can try to find out the latest news. So that'd be something Todd could do. If you're an academic, a burgher, or a courtier, which Corey is now, you could try to enhance your reputation. Or if you're an academic, you could do research lore. So those are your options.
We'll
And
choose one of them.
so in the rules, you can do up to 3 depending on how long your downtime is. For our purposes, we're just going to do 1.
Stevie is going to seek out some training. He wants to impress Miss Brenda by learning how to play a musical instrument, such as the lute.
I'm assuming that's not a skill covered by the standard stevedore class and career.
It is not.
Strange.
Mainly because, lutes aren't heavy.
So it takes Stevie some weeks of scouring Ubersreich to find a person to train him in the lute. But that's only because Stevie is incapable of reading signs.
He keeps walking up to like blacksmiths going, lute?
Eventually you find a music instructor, a halfling. He's sitting on the front porch of his home, a middle-class dwelling in Ubersreich, playing a banjo. There's a sign that details all the... it says music, and there's other words that Stevie can't read. But you've been instructed to find this halfling. Todd, the ball's in your court.
Hello, my name is Stevie.
Hi there! My name's Eugene Kazoo!
Okay. Based on Patreon member Eugene Kazoo.
Yeah.
Who has a very good Hobbit name.
Well, you're a tall drink of water poured into a big human soup.
That's because Stevie work on water and 98% of Stevie's body made up of water.
It's true, Steve.
Well, shit, son, I didn't want the mixtape. What can I do you for?
Check out Stevie's SoundCloud.
Stevie want to learn to play lute like you play banjo. Can you teach Stevie?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just assumed you were here to buy mushrooms.
God. Like psilocybin?
He's a musician.
I see.
Yeah, I could teach you how to play the lute.
Ironically, Eugene cannot play the kazoo. The woodwinds.
He hasn't invented it yet.
Right. It's
why it's
named
the
after
kazoo.
him.
Yeah, I can teach you how to play a lute.
Yes, Stevie want to learn to play lute. Don't know about mushrooms. Dad says they bad.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it'll lead you to a waking nightmare from which you fear you'll never wake.
Will it help Stevie?
Kazoo! I ate 3 this morning. Hi.
Will mushrooms help Stevie play lute?
Not at all. No. Also, if you want to spread the business around, I like to call my business the Great Kazoo. And you can just tell people, hey, go to the Great Kazoo.
If teach Stevie how to play lute really well to impress Miss Brenda, Stevie will spread your name all up and down river on boat.
Well, kazoo me right in the butt.
Oh, that's going to catch on.
And
It's
over
a goddamn bingo card.
and over the next few weeks, Eugene Kazoo teaches Barge Hog, teaches Steve
Dum-Dum?
how to play the lute. And so you can take play, which is a dexterity-based skill. Your specialty is the lute, and you can start advancing that. So your first advance in it would be 5 XP. But he teaches you how to play the lute. Stevie becomes capable. We'll not say accomplished or good.
He can play Smoke on the Water.
He can play Smoke on the Water.
Yes.
That's it. He's got the one. Once you're trained, he sends you off with the pedal like, kazoo! That's my name!
Before he goes, though, Stevie does purchase some mushrooms, just in case.
Sure, as you do.
Yeah.
This is like an origin story for the ancestor of Barge Hog.
Totally.
Exactly. Yeah.
A long line.
Stevie's going to take the mushrooms and invent partying.
Yeah. Learning to shred already.
I'll be the first musician to ever get a ball python.
Well, kazoo is the ancient ancestor of Dimebag Darrell.
Well, that's what Todd is doing with Stevie's downtime. Austin, do you have any ideas about Harlow?
Nothing that good.
Yeah, I mean, don't try to trump that. That's just amazing.
I do have a talent of craftsman. Harlow has some smithing skills. So I would wager he probably has a friend that runs a blacksmith shop somewhere in town where I can go and work on maybe a hobby sword of mine. It's like a eventual improved weapon.
Well, the witch hunters have a keep that would have staff, that would have a blacksmith that you would most certainly know.
Okay. So then, yeah, that'll be my endeavor for the coming weeks. Also, taking Squatch to meet the hunter general.
Oh, they threw him in a cell and are torturing him to try to figure out how he learned
Gotcha. Cool.
evil magic.
That's nice.
Yeah, he'll be tortured for a few weeks and then executed.
It's Patreon member Squatch. Thank you for your generosity.
They're going to do terrible things to you, Squatch. All right, Austin, what is Harlow going to make in his free time working the blacksmith's anvil?
So right now my primary weapon is a hand axe, and I would like to see if there is maybe like a two-handed greatsword or like a battle axe or anything like that might be a level up as far as my weaponry.
Or halberd.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a Zweihander, which is the large two-handed sword.
Ooh, that one served me well in Morkborg.
Oh, did you have a Zweihander in Morkborg?
I did.
Didn't you die in Morkborg?
No, he's
No, I was the only one who did not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You better get that.
So, if you want to make your own Zweihander, that is a scarce, that's a scarce weapon. It is a challenging difficulty to make with your blacksmithing skill.
Okay.
Which challenging, it just means it's +0. There's no modifiers to the roll.
Okay, so then the base characteristic, I don't actually have the skill for smithing. I just have the talent for craft, which sounds a little ass backwards to listeners probably. The way this works is my character had a talent for craftsman, which basically gave my character the option of having kind of just a peripheral focus in one of the crafts. And I picked smithing. So I'll just be rolling with the base characteristic of Dex, but it does at least give me the ability to try.
So go ahead and put tradesmith if you haven't on your sheet as an advanced skill. Just don't take any advances in it. Okay, so that is based off your Dex, and it's just a challenging, so +0 roll. So go ahead. You working for weeks in the forge.
So Dex is actually one of my lower characteristics, so I'm trying to beat a 29.
Phenomenal.
Oh, I got a 15.
After many weeks of work, you forge a Zweihander, the two-handed sword of the Empire, the death of heretics, the bane of the North.
The death of heretics? Oh, no.
Yes, Austin, are you unclear on what your job is?
I made my own little GI joke there. Sorry.
Oh, God.
All right, so is the only thing I really need to make note of the damage?
Yeah, so Zweihander is, the reach is long. The damage is your strength bonus +5.
Fantastic. 8 damage.
It has 2 qualities, damaging and hack. A damaging weapon can use the higher score from either the unit's die or the success level to determine the damage caused from a successful hit. For example, if you roll a 34 in your attack test and the target number was 52, you can choose to use the success level, which in this case is 2, or the unit's die result, which is 4. An undamaging weapon can never also be damaging.
Oh, okay, so I can choose to use basically my success level instead of my strength bonus?
No. I've been forgetting to do this, but I'm pretty sure in combat, your success level adds to your damage. So what this is saying is that you can add either your success level or they call it the units die, the ones die, whatever not the tens is.
Okay,
Gotcha.
so if he rolled a 39, he could have it +9.
Yep.
That's pretty dope.
Jesus, okay.
It also has hack. Hacking weapons have heavy blades that can hack through armor. If you hit an opponent, you damage a struck piece of armor or shield by 1 point, as well as wounding the target.
Cool.
So essentially, you can totally ruin somebody's very nice armor that they paid a lot of money for, and when you think about it, you're just being mean.
That's how I like to fight.
Austin, what is the name of your new weapon?
Ooh, good one. Now, Austin, take a minute because you're really good with names.
Nicknames, specifically.
That's true. You make an excellent point. I have not picked a nickname for a character in a while.
Yeah.
Actually, I think there is another Patreon member I can use here. I'm going to name the sword Ash.
Okay.
After Patreon member Ash and Dice.
Okay.
Cool.
Ash and Dice.
In the distance, you hear a quiet voice. Name it Kazoo.
It's pretty appropriate because that's what happens to your die when you roll typically. They become ashen,
Burst into flame.
just crumble in your hands.
I also distributed some literature about how magic can be accessible to all.
Oh, so you're the Jack Chick of Warhammer?
Yeah.
No.
Did you distribute it secretly? Discreetly?
Yeah, like just putting up, like pasting up flyers.
But you're like doing this at night where you're cloaked and hooded and disguised. Yeah. Okay, just checking. I don't want to have another hanging. Corey, you want Brenda to learn an instrument or make a sword?
No, I want her to train an animal, a pet friend.
Okay. So in order for Brenda to have an animal to train, which I'm totally down with, she's going to have to get an animal.
Okay.
How are you going to do that?
I'm going to catch one.
Okay. How?
With my arms.
Oh, that is often the way it works in the real world.
Yes.
People catch animals with their arms.
That's right. I mean, I guess I could try to lasso one if that's what you're...
I thought you might use your animal spell to talk to one. and
Well, I've got
perhaps
that.
charm it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll do that.
No. Try it with your fucking arms.
No, by all means, go out and tackle a possum.
Brenda's last name is Irwin.
Killed by a possum out in the woods. Okay, what sort of animal are you going to attempt to capture and train, or convince to come be trained by you?
A duck. Kyle.
Sure. Yeah.
Obviously.
They definitely. Well. Do you want a duck, or do you want to go hardcore and get a goose?
I mean, they're meaner.
I think I was pretty succinct in what I said. I said our friend the duck.
Yeah, ducks are friendly.
Yeah.
So
If you got bread.
Ubersreich is on a river. There are many ponds and lakes around.
Yeah.
And on one of these, there is a flock of ducks. Quack, 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 quack.
Yep. That sound checks out.
So first you have to convince a duck to become your friend.
Okay, I guess I'll use my charm animal. Here comes my girl.
Okay.
And I also have animal care advanced skill.
That's good. Now, I'm not going to make you roll for the spell. This is over a period of weeks. Obviously, you could keep trying as long as you needed to.
First several times I get the cold bill.
Yeah.
You've got weeks to wear them down.
That's right.
But
I
eventually,
like this. I like if this was like an actual video game. This would be like a very lengthy side quest. Just like
Charm a duck.
convincing the duck.
a copious amount of bread enables you to get a private one-on-one.
And this is Uber's mark. Some ham as well.
Yeah. With the duck you think most suited to being your companion.
A stately mallard.
Yes.
What color is it?
Mallard colored.
Duck.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like one with the green head. And
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Just a beautiful bird.
So, Corey, how does this conversation go in your opinion?
As the duck scarfs down the final piece of bread crust, Brenda says, "And there's more where that came, Sir Duck, if you would join us on our travels and lend your duck strength to my troubles."
The duck starts quacking because ducks quack, but Brenda can hear his actual words because of your magical inclination.
Yeah.
And Corey, we'll do this sort of like we did Operly in Octon Cthulhu,
Okay.
since it's your duck.
Okay.
And I don't want to have to remember a duck voice I did now and maybe in 2 weeks after I've forgotten it.
Right.
So I'm going to put that responsibility on you.
Okay. The duck, belly bulging with bread,
Sure.
says, "I will join you on your quest."
Excellent.
I don't know what I expected.
My name is Zamaje.
What?
It's Zamaje. It's named after our Patreon subscriber, Z-Mage. But I fantasied it up even more.
Samaje. I'm glad you fantasied up mage, basically. Oh, man.
Basically, I'm saying my bill is yours.
So Zamaje joined your party.
Okay. I'm wondering, is it possible for
Probably.
Brenda to, find a smith somewhere to like sharpen his bill into a stabbing weapon?
Sharpen his bill, no,
Okay.
but you could get some sort of device that fit over his bill.
Okay.
Because through the animal training endeavor, you have to make an animal training test at plus 20.
Okay.
And if you succeed, you can add a skill from the trained creature trait, which is... Some of these aren't applicable. Like, for example, you could train it to drive, meaning pull a wagon. I don't think Zamaje is going to be pulling a wagon.
A little one, though. That'd be so fucking cute. Yeah. It's full of bread.
So
Suddenly this duck's the first mate on the boat.
So applicable to you, you could teach it to entertain, to fetch, to guard, to home, to where they have a home where they stay if they're released or lost. That actually might be useful since he's a duck. You can teach them to ignore their skittish trait when it comes to magic, which would probably be useful.
Okay.
Animals tend to be upset by magic. You can also teach it war, which is trained for war, gives it a plus 10 weapon skill. It can also ignore skittish for loud noises.
That seems like a front-loaded skill.
I think war duck is
It's a war duck.
Sure. Well, you got to make your animal training roll, first off. We'll see how naturally Zamaje takes to violence. If you'd picked a goose, he would automatically have it.
Well, okay. What characteristic does animal training fall under?
Animal training falls under intelligence. This is an advanced skill that you don't have, but I'm going to let you roll it anyway because it's a duck.
Well, I've got animal care, charm animal. I've got a lot of things that could...
it's fine.
Okay.
Ducks are very amiable when it comes to being bred for violence.
Bread for
I get it.
Hey.
Which is, I assume, how you're paying him.
Yeah.
That's the name of this episode, by the way. Bread for Violence.
So that's intelligence. What was my bonus?
It's plus 20 from the endeavor.
So that would make my target 53. War duck. 51. That's a very good success.
Nice.
That is. So, yeah,
This duck has a Gatling gun.
5 success levels. He gets plus 15 to his weapon skill.
Damn.
Yeah.
To his weapon skill.
Yeah, now
The
everybody...
duck is now a Terminator.
Yeah.
Also, remember, this is the beginning of a new arc, so all your fortune points come back.
Yeah.
FYI. Okay, I think that covers all the endeavors. Is everyone happy with what they learned during their few weeks in Ubersreich?
Absolutely.
I think
Yes.
so. I mean, the duck, and by the way, his weapon, I guess it's some kind of attachment to the bill, some kind of blade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like a spike that fits over his head.
Yeah.
It's not very heavy. He's trying to peck the face mainly.
Okay.
In other words, it doesn't have any armor piercing or anything like that.
Right.
So, all the endeavors are done. Also, we need to discuss ambitions, because I believe some of you completed your ambitions, correct?
I guess, did my get a magic learner's permit, did that pan out?
Yeah, you
Okay,
have
cool.
one now. Yeah.
Stevie can play the lute.
You fooded.
Yeah, your ambition was ham.
Oh, yes. Well, short term is eat, long term is boat.
Yeah, you ate.
I did eat, yes. Oh, Stevie's never missed a meal.
Austin, what about Harlow's?
Yeah, we changed my short-term ambition to meet the Hunter General. So that has happened.
So if you complete your short-term ambition, you get 50 XP.
Okay.
And you get to pick a new one. We haven't messed with party ambitions yet, but you're going to get one this session.
Okay.
First, though, we're going to roll on the events table for random events. Which one of you wants to roll for it, Austin?
I will.
Roll D100.
Okay. That is a 3.
One of your allies is implicated in a terrible crime.
It's got to be Matador, right?
A character with a law guild license can spend an endeavor to free the ally with a successful average lore law test. Otherwise, 3 endeavors spent by the party will exonerate their ally, or if guilty, manufacture an alibi. If the ally is freed, gain a major favor. Now, we're going to use some of that. So, on one crisp, cold spring morning in Reichland, Harlow is directed to gather up Stevie, whom he traveled to Ubersreich with, and the decent apprentice Brenda from the abode of the wizard Habmeyer. Harlow does so, and then when he returns to the keep, he is ushered into an audience with the witch hunter general Ramirez. Ramirez has his office in the highest tower, the grand window overlooking the river and the town of Ubersreich. The sun is rising in the east. The church bells are just starting to ring, and Ramirez in one of those overly large pilgrim hats. That's what all the witch hunters wear.
Right.
With a huge belt buckle, turns to us, Harlow!
Yes, General. You sent for us.
You must explain why you traveled to Ubersreich aboard a barge owned by a man of suspect nature. This Matador, and he waves a hand. He is in the jail. For 1 year ago, he did transport a felon, a criminal, and he has confessed as such.
Well, did he confess it, or is this something he just told a story about?
He confessed it.
He's quite a liar.
He's a filthy old man, too.
He transported Ethan Crane, a Patreon member.
Oh, that fiend.
So, Austin, Harlow has heard of Ethan Crane. He is
Who hasn't?
a rogue witch hunter. He stole a book of magic from Altdorf, the imperial capital, from the Emperor's personal collection, the Nicara Obscurum. And his whereabouts have been unknown. But apparently, a year ago, Matador carried him on his barge, as Ramirez explains it, to a village called Gritsmel, based on Patreon member Grits. You will travel there, take the ex-witch with you for magical assistance, and take the heretic son, because the man's the size of a house.
Stevie would just like to say, Mr. General, that Stevie's dad, Matador, is not smart like Stevie.
Yeah.
So he probably just made big mistake.
You stink of ham. Now, Gritsmel is in the shadow of Drakenfell's castle, an ill-favored place. And that may be, I think, where our rogue traitor has gone to hide with his foul work of black magic. Bring it back. Be a dear.
Yes, sir. We will bring the book back. Would you like him dead or alive?
Alive, if possible. Dead. Perfectly good.
We'll see to it. Now, will we be able to retrieve Matador from the jail?
Yes, he is going to ferry you on his barge because he is a funny recurring NPC. And after a thorough interrogation, We discerned that executing him would be pointless.
He will not learn the lesson.
And you hear from distant jail cell, I wouldn't learn it. Yeah, where's my tobacco?
General, what can you tell us of the book?
Little is known. It was kept in the restricted section in the Imperial Palace.
Well, why wouldn't it be?
But it is from ancient Nakara. So Nakara is a kingdom far to the south. Not anymore. It was a great civilization until it was destroyed when Nagash, essentially the creator of necromancy, tried to ascend to godhood.
So it's definitely an evil magic book.
For sure. The Nakara Obscurum details some of the rites of necromancy that Nagash created, and it was held in the Imperial Palace until it was stolen a year ago by Ethan Crane. That is your mission, Witch Hunter.
Then I shall return shortly with Crane and the book.
May Sigmar protect you.
By the ember furry wind of Gur, it will be done.
Thank you.
I've got a duck now.
Yes, I was going to ask about that, but I thought it best not to mention it. He gave me a foul look.
It's good to there's going to be a lot of good duck jokes from now on.
Mr. General, we will get job done. You have ham ready when Stevie return.
Again, what?
Just
I don't
pay him in
Ham.
ham. It's fine.
As you wish. And you were all dismissed from the Witch Hunters General's office.
All right, so we have a group ambition now. We've got a group objective.
Yes, your objective is kill Ethan Crane.
Yeah.
The lesser one would be bring back the book, but those are kind of hand in hand.
Okay.
So you're at Ubersreich. Matador has the barge. You know Drachenfels is up the river to vaguely the southwest, or at least Gritzmühl is. You'll have to go, obviously the river does not go up into the mountains where Castle Drachenfels is. Is there anything the three of you would like to do before you leave Ubersreich?
I'm going to establish my character's short-term ambition now.
Oh, okay.
Since we are continually dealing with a tragic character that does not understand the forces he's working with, Harlow's short-term ambition just became to read that book.
God.
Jesus.
It's the worst possible idea. Sure, fine.
I will be sticking with my long-term ambition, stop Austin.
It's a good one.
Well, and I don't know. Maybe he won't be able to. Like, he may not even be skilled enough to be able to read the book, but he's curious about it.
Sure. What harm ever came from reading a book in a fantasy setting?
What if the duck reads it and becomes this?
Z-Mage the Black.
Zamage, thank you.
Excuse me.
Stevie's short-term ambition now is date with Miss Brenda.
Eat date with Miss Brenda?
Eat date.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to go on a date where you eat with Miss Brenda?
No, he wants
Yes.
to eat a date with
That's
her.
What I was...
No, he just wants to go. He wants to take her to dinner. Jesus Christ, he's the simplest character.
Young love.
Ain't happening.
He actually, before the boat sails,
Yeah.
Stevie takes out his lute, and he actually wrote a song for Miss Brenda.
Oh, God.
The moment you take it out, Matador, who was at the front of the barge, not paying any attention, whirls around like he just heard some sort of great roar or something. What the hell's that on my boat?
Dad, it's called a lute.
What?
Stevie, play now.
All I know is it just says, look at me, I'm not a serious riverboater. I don't want to worry about pulling the barge. I want to learn all sorts of highfalutin uppity skills.
Want to go back to jail, Dad?
Yeah?
Stevie can arrange.
They called me Mean Matador in there. I had cred.
Yeah.
Matador only has short-term ambition, and it is 3 hots and a cot.
Yeah.
I made my cellmate give me his pudding.
Wow.
Okay, so Stevie starts playing the lute, and it's more of a tone poem than a song, really. But,
Okay.
But it goes a little something like this: B is for boat, R is for row, I is for me, Stevie, N is for N is for knee-deep water, D is for deeper water. A is for all good things, and that spells Brenda.
Yes, that's lovely, Steven.
Matador looks at Brenda and Harlow and he says, you know, if we ganged up, we could drown him. He couldn't stop us.
Over the course of their journey up the river, Matador is pushed off the boat by Harlow at least 3 times.
Where's the He's there, Miss Brenda is there to fish him out.
Duck, go!
I got the duck again. Eventually, you make it to the village of Gritsmule. You can tell because there's a sign near the water line that says Gritsmule, and it's hanging askew, faded. There's a half-sunken dock and a few ramshackle buildings that have seen better days. There is an old castle, but it's broken down and burned, which you know is not Castle Drakenfels. That is high up in the mountains. And you can see villages around, but this isolated outpost of the Empire has definitely seen better days. You disembark, getting a few sullen looks from the few people wandering by. And after a while, a short dwarf stumps out of a hut next to the collapsed dock. He has a stained hat with a wilting feather and a big ledger. Oi, I'm Randy. Welcome to Gritsmule, you fuckers.
Oh, my. Hello, Randolph.
He opens the book. What's your names? I gotta put it in me book. I'm an imperial servant, I am.
Stevie.
And the book is full. Every page is full of names. So he just flips to a page and just starts writing your names over another entry.
Well, yes, that's how that works.
Well, they just paid me to write the names, and nobody checked on it, so I figure, well, buy paper.
Well, that's very dedicated of you. My name is Harlow Finn.
All right. And he's just making marks that are clearly not actual letters.
Okay.
Got that one.
I was about to ask if we might be able to find anything useful from that book, but never mind. Tell me, small guardsman, you ever heard of a man named
I'm an
Crane?
imperial functionary. I'm not a guardsman. You see me with a halberd or a pointy hat. I've got a feather, mate.
Harlow leans down. You ever heard of a man named Crane?
Nope.
Okay, well, yes, thank you.
Can we try to make like a charm or persuade roll or something to see if he's telling the truth, or some kind of
Sure.
check to make sure we
That's a good
know
idea.
he's on the level?
Yeah, or you could just explain to him, like, it's probable that Crane wouldn't have given his real name.
Do we have a physical description of Crane?
Yeah. Oh, of course, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well, let's do that.
Who's persuading him or charming him or what have you?
Yeah, I have charm of 36.
I have 35 and I have a 5 advancement in it.
Stevie's charm is 38.
Yeah, so I have a total of 40.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Okay, go for it.
Okay.
So you can have a plus 20 to it because Randy's actually pretty easygoing.
Okay, so it's 60. Brenda, Randolph, and she gives him a description of the man they're looking for.
Sure.
If you can help us, I can give you a new feather from my friend Zamache.
Behind all of you, hear quack.
Okay, target 60. Well, that's an 86. Zamache refuses to donate a feather.
No, I've never really seen that bloke, but maybe his name's in the book. Here you go. And he just tosses it to you. I'll need that back later.
All right, so can we get kind of a general layout of the town from our present vantage?
So there's a main street that kind of apparently ends in a woods. There's buildings on either side of it and some on side streets. All the streets are mud. The keep is off to the north on a hill, broken down. You can see a building that says Inn/Tavern on a sign next to it. Cool. It literally says Inn/Tavern. There's some farmers from outlying communities bringing in vegetables, but other than that, there's not much commerce going on.
Okay. So we generally already know where Crane is, but do we want to see if we can get any insight about him from the town folk?
Well, he's in Castle Drakenfels, which there is not a road going to it per se. So you know where he is. You don't actually know how to get there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were describing you just said the keep is off to the side. That's not, okay.
That is not Castle Drakenfels.
Okay, gotcha.
So I think our next move should be to find a local who would be willing to show us the way to the castle.
Yeah.
Probably the best move is to go to the bar
As always.
and drink.
Yeah.
And then to ask the locals how to get to the castle.
Well, obviously, I mean, Stevie's going to need some ham before he does anything.
Right.
Yeah. All right, so as usual, we're going to head to the bar.
The three of you enter the Inn/Tavern in Gristmule. It is, as you expected, mostly just a bar.
Yeah.
That's okay. Stevie has, with his advances in consume alcohol, Stevie is a 46 if that comes up.
I'm sure it will.
Right.
It's one room.
Is this duck friendly, this bar?
Sure.
It's not like the Star Wars cantina.
No.
We don't serve their kind.
He's an emotional support duck.
Yeah.
The front door is propped open. There's not so much a bar as there is just a table and on one wall with a bunch of casks of ale stacked behind it. There's a few, you assume, locals, ne'er-do-wells, or farmers that are in from the countryside and taking lunch, mostly to drink. Innkeeper is a very thin, spindly woman cleaning mugs as you come in. Well, come on in. We don't get a lot of visitors here at the Inn/Tavern.
Stevie announces loudly, "Greetings, bar. I am Stevie. I drink real good. Gather round and watch."
Okay, honey. The bar don't talk, but you can talk to the people. I'll get you a special bowl. And she starts filling up a bowl with ale.
Yes.
And I, good woman, would like a lemontini and some torn up bread.
Okay, well, I can get you torn up bread, but I don't know what that other thing is. Is that I've got a lemon.
Can you tear that up?
Yeah.
Okay, and
I'll
put it
tear
in
it up.
vodka.
I can
A little bit of simple syrup.
I don't know what those things are.
Just sugar.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
We don't have sugar.
This is going to suck.
I got water.
Stevie grabs an ale glass and a lemon and just like squeezes the lemon into the ale glass and goes, "For you, Miss Brenda."
Oh, yes, thank you, Steven.
I could put some brandy in it.
Okay, that'll do.
Yeah, and she pours some brandy in.
Light that fucker up.
And what do you want, man, with a very nice hat?
I'll take your finest bottle of wine.
Okay, ale.
Oh, mead, whatever you have.
Oh, we have mead. My ex-husband, my late husband, he raised honeybees.
Oh, yes.
Stevie needs another bowl. Stevie is famous for getting drunk.
People are actually starting to watch Stevie drink ale from a bowl.
Well,
You boys and Miss Brenda, what are you in town for? We don't get a lot of visitors here in Gristmill on account of we're in the middle of nowhere.
we're here for the duck races. I've been training Zamage. I'm lying.
Yeah.
By the way, there's no
Sure.
duck races.
Oh, really?
Turns out there's not.
Thank you for cluing us in.
Oh, okay. She's very interested. Now, we don't have rooms as such, but after everybody's done drinking for the night, you can just lay a cot out on the floor.
Corey, do you have any particular reason why we would not want to let these folks know why we're here?
Well, more than anything, Brenda was just kind of feeling it out to see if there are duck races in this town. Yeah.
Okay. Well, to tell the truth, we're here on a bit of a pest control mission. I have some coin on offer for anyone who can show us to Castle Drakenfell.
Oh, that place is haunted. By the way, my name is Mary Hill.
Oh, no.
Well, you're in a relatively safe place, Mary.
She
Very safe.
She has a deadly duck allergy. Just drops dead.
I tell you what, no, most folks around here don't go up to Castle Drakenfels on account of, how the mad enchanter once ruled over these lands with a dark fist.
Yes, well, we're trying to prevent that same thing from happening again. You see, a traitor to my order stole a magic book and is holed up in the old castle, and we're here to find him and bring him to justice.
He is right. This book is deadly book. This book has dark magic. This book used to bring dead back to life.
Now, I don't know if I care for the sound of that. If it could bring back my dead husband, Roy, I would not like that. He was not a good man.
Oh.
No, he would double dip a chip quick as you ever saw. No, sir.
Yes, well, can you point us in the direction of someone who might be able to show us the way?
Well, you know what? Why don't you boys just sit here and drink some ale and I'll see what I can go find.
Thank you, ma'am.
I know pretty much everybody in town on account of there's only about 20 of us.
Stevie heard tell one time of a group of young people coming into possession of book and reading aloud, and only one survivor.
Are you talking about Evil Dead?
Yes.
Yeah, everybody's heard that story, Stevie.
Well, yeah.
Well, okay, y'all just wait here. You're like a whole group of heroes. I'm going to go find y'all a guide. Someone good.
Thank you, Marion.
Now, if I don't come back, just don't assume the worst.
Okay.
Just don't assume that I died horribly off screen by some sort of ravening beast that came down from the mountains, whose only seeming existence in the narrative was to eviscerate me in grisly fashion in the tree line just beyond the village.
Okay, sounds good.
Don't assume that my intestines were strung through the tree limbs like a sort of horrifying Christmas ornament.
Perish the thought, I would never.
Or that my brains were bashed against a rock until they crumpled out. And then the beast, eating only my foot, retreated.
You know, Mary, I would be a little bit more comfortable if you would stay here with us. Within eyesight.
The vultures would not feast on me while I was still mostly alive.
What is happening to these people?
Okay, I'm going to go. Bye.
Oh, goodbye, dear. Goodbye.
And she is never seen again.
Okay.
Oh.
Who wants place bets on how much more Stevie drink?
Okay, Todd, you can use consume alcohol to find a guide.
Okay, cool.
If you succeed, you'll find a good one.
Okay.
If you don't, it'll be Randy.
Consume alcohol is a toughness characteristic. Stevie is a 41 in toughness, and he has 5 advancements in consume alcohol, so his target is 46.
Okay, you can have a plus 20 because they water down the ale here.
Oh, nice.
And it's in a bowl.
It's in a bowl.
All right, so that will be 61. And that's a 45.
So Stevie puts on a display, drinking for hours, and eventually word gets around, and the few people in town do come to watch this grotesque display. Finally, an old farmer steps forward. Are you my grandson? Oh, he went up to Castle Dragonfell's one day. I remember the way. I can show you. You look like my grandson.
He's talking to the duck.
Okay, so if Stevie grandson, you grandfather, will you take us to Castle?
No, he's talking to the duck. The duck,
Okay.
the duck can understand him. Ah,
Popsy! It's you!
oh, my goodness. I knew it. Gerald.
Yes.
Why are you going up to Castle Dragonfell? It's haunted and evil.
We are on a most important mission, sir. What is your name?
I'm talking to the duck, lady.
I'm the duck's guardian.
Gerald, is this true? Fine, I'll talk to you, woman.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And another romance blossom.
Well, I can take you up to Castle Dragonfell if you're in the good graces of my grandson there.
Okay, sounds wonderful. I love this duck, boy. What is your name, good sir?
Matthias Russell, based on Patreon member Matt Russell.
Oh, it's a beautiful name.
And one of the locals in the back is like, you can hear him muttering, why the hell are they talking to crazy Matt? I'll take him to Castle Dragonfell.
What
He
is
doesn't
it?
have a son.
What is it with Matt's?
I go up there sometimes just to steal bricks.
Oh, well, that's good enough for me.
My grandson didn't tell you that.
Oh, yes, he's spun many a duck yarn about your brick stealing prowess.
He looked different than I remember, but
He had the flu.
Oh, I just thought he parted his hair different. Well, we can't head out tonight on account of the orcs, but we'll go in the morning.
Oh, do you have a place we could bed down for the evening, sir?
Oh, I got a grand house.
Okay.
I'm gonna go stay there.
The witch hunter would pay handsomely if you would let us stay there.
Witch! Well, I don't call the witches.
No, he hunts them, my dear.
Oh, that's good, I guess.
I'm not a formal one.
Grandson, is this okay? Okay.
That's what he hears.
Y'all can come on to the house.
All right, well, let's get a to-go cup for our new guide and
Yeah.
then hit the road.
And we'll end there.
Okay.
Going with the dubious guide, Matthias Russell.
Oh, a lot happened there.
Yeah.
A lot of things
There was a
happened.
lot of stuff.
Made new friends.
Wow.
Made new things.
Yeah.
Made a sword, found a duck, learned the loot.
Yes.
Met lots of new characters.
Yeah.
This world is becoming more colorful by the minute.
And we'll pick up next week there. Thank you for listening. We appreciate all our listeners and our Patreon members, many of which were featured this episode as completely sane characters.
Yeah.
And also, we're so sorry, Mary. We had nothing to do with that.
She's fine. She's coming back.
Well,
Maybe.
And if you would like to subscribe to our Patreon, you can find it at...
patreon.com/bastardquest.
That's right.
Thank you also to our sponsor, Barrel and Bond, 100 Broadway Street in beautiful downtown Paducah, right on the banks of the Ohio River.
Duck friendly.
Duck friendly.
Yep.
For sure.
Restrooms also.
Yes.
And don't forget our other partner, Norse Foundry.
Very cool dye.
Yes.
You can get and dye like products.
Bastard Quest approved.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy my Christmas present for me, to me, on Norse Foundry.
Damn right, because we can get a discount if you put the discount code CHAM in there. CHAM.
Yeah, ham with a C.
That's right.
For 10% off.
That's right.
Again, thank you for listening. Thank you for leaving reviews and yelling at us on social media. We appreciate it. And if there is any game you'd like for us to play, just send us a message, reach out, and we'll take it under advisement.
And add it to the pile.
Yes, the growing pile.
There is quite a bit.
Thank you, I'm Kyle.
I'm Todd.
Corey.
Austin.